Whatever you want to do, Dad, play it by ear, man. Come on, Pat. Get up there, Lance. You guys get up there.
How you doing, buddy? Doing all right. How you been doing? Good. Well, hi there. How you doing? I'm doing great.
See this?
Good. Hello.
Can you see it?
I can see them.
Yeah.
Yes.
They brought you down too, huh?
It's remote.
On that video? That's awesome. Whole new selfie stick meaning, huh?
Yeah.
So audio comes from here or there?
Well, I'd like to welcome everybody here. This is actually the accumulation of a dream from a number of people. This is not just one person's idea, but the Economic Development Committee, the City Council, Renee. I don't know who all's been involved, but I mean, it was all started. This idea's been going around for quite a while. I bought about a year ago a postcard, an old postcard of Galena, Route 66. And it was this section of the road, and it was full of trees. And I've always thought, at one time this had trees, so you know, in the back of your mind that percolates, and then we had someone that brought up the idea of a specialized tree growth and maintain watering and so on. And probably would like to hear a few words from him also. And it all kind of came together to form this unique, not a unique, but a ongoing Green Route 66 initiative. And I think this is a great addition to it. Ultimately, we would like to see all of our bridges restored, our railings restored, and this to be look like it did back in the 30s and 40s. So at this time, I guess we will do the official groundbreaking. And while I love to dig holes, I'd like to have you help us with this. Would you like that? Do we have one of those containers? Yeah. Someone bring a container over here. Now, if you could kind of explain to everybody how this works.
Could you introduce him?
So guys, I'm very happy that
Your name.
oh yeah, that was I'm very happy that you gave me the opportunity to be here with you. I'm Pieter Hoff. I'm from Holland. I used to be a grower and breeder of flowers. I was a grower of tulips and lilies, so real Dutch, and that's why I took my wooden shoes with me. As a young boy, I got a dream to visit the United States in Route 66 because at that age it was a famous song from the Rolling Stones, and every young person was dreaming about visiting America, the land of dreams, where you can also realize your dreams. And my dream is that of the tree solution, and the tree solution means that I would like to join people, be together, be green musketeers, and reforest Mother Earth, because we have done a great damage. And you see how much we suffer now here in California, and it's true what you say, Mr. Mayor. There is a lot of trees gone because it used to be green, and that's actually almost everywhere in the world. So what I hope is, together with you and the community of Joplin also, that you will inspire all the cities alongside Route 66 to have the same dream as that you have, to reforest your road, and not only the road but also the area around your cities. And in many places that's very difficult. Many times it's very dry, very hot, so if you plant it's costly, and this box can help solve that because you can plant trees without using irrigation. It's actually just a, you know, it's a bucket, but it's a smart bucket, and in the middle there is an opening in which you can plant 1, 2 or 3 trees, and because we do not want evaporation, we share the soil with this one so that we will not lose 1 drip of water. And then in the bottom of the box there's a wick, and that wick brings a little bit of water every day to that tree that we plant in the middle. We don't give it to the tree because then he gets lazy. The only thing that we do is we give a little bit of humidity so that he just doesn't die. But he wants to grow because that's in us, that's in every life form. So he will start to look for water. And that's actually what we want to do. We will force him to look for water while he is suffering from almost dying. And that's what I found is they will go deep. Within 1 year they will go 10 feet deep. And then they are actually almost not sensitive anymore for any drought, because they will just temporarily lose their leaves and survive a dry period and then be in the leaves again. Now the top of the box is made of polypropylene, but there are thousands of little points on it. It's a copy of a lotus leaf, so when there is condensation in the morning or there is rain, it doesn't attach to the surface, but it goes to the middle of the box where we have a siphon. I will show that. The siphons, they hang in the water, and it means that this is 2,000 square centimeter. I don't know that in inches, but that is 1/5 of a square meter. And this is only 2 square centimeters, so the evaporated surface has brought back with 1000%. That means that the only way for the water to go out of this box is through the bottom. And that means every piece of rain that you collect or condensation gets into the box and getting used for that tree. Now maybe the strongest point of this box is that he is balancing the temperature, while during the day the temperature below that box is about 35 degrees Fahrenheit less than the air temperature. But when you have cold nights, the energy that has been absorbed by the water will be brought to the soil below. So the soil temperature will be, let's say, will be brought down during the day, but brought up during the night. And that means that you have a balanced soil temperature, roots have no stress and can grow faster. So all in all, it's a kind of a, you could say, a small incubator that helps the tree getting started. After 1 year, the roots are 10 feet deep, and then you take the box off and you plant the next tree. With one box you can plant at least 10 trees. In some areas we even plant 1.5 trees per year average. So the cost per tree for a city like Galena will be about, for the box, about $1.50 to $2. And then you have of course your sapling, but your labor is very little because you plant the tree and then you have no costs anymore. So it allows communities to go and plant their areas. We could even maybe start an adoption program for civilians who say, I want to buy 10 boxes for the community, but you have to plant them, things like that. So it gives you lots of possibilities for new initiatives. And you can even plant with volunteers. Now maybe we have a lot of volunteers here today, and I'm now going to explain how we're going to do that. First I'm going to install the box again.
Some of us that went to the class this morning, we got a diploma on how to put the box together and how to plant.
Now,
And a box, yes.
in the let's say in the manual that we make, we ask the planter to dig a hole 1 day before, put in this case, in this kind of soil, 10 gallons of water, because we want to create a humid column. I call that atmospheric humidity, because a tree doesn't need water. That's what we learned. That water will go down and that will actually soften that 3 meters. That's why the roots can grow so quickly. And then after 1 day we open a little bit of topsoil so that the oxygen can go in. We already did this morning because it was full with rain. It was not perfect. And then in the middle we make the opening, but we first have to define the north here. That's over there. Okay. May I have that from there? We're going to plant 2 trees. So we take out 2 of these plastics. Then you have 2 openings in it. And on it is a compass. So if that's the north, then we plant like that. Can I have the trees then, please? Yeah, right. If we put this box to the north, because we put the box equal to this one, and this is the north point of the box, the sun comes up in the east in the morning, northeast, yes, and then it puts its light in the opening, and during the daytime, the sun is in the south, then the opening gives a shadow, and in the evening the sun goes to the west and puts its light in again. So what we actually try to do is give more light when it doesn't harm, because light is photosynthesis, it's growth. But take out the light, or let's say the abundance of light, during the top of the day, the middle of the day, when the light is actually burning the tree. So you try to help it survive.
Thank you, sir.
Now in this box we found the tree, but I opened the roots, because in this root we will find that the root will grow horizontal. And this is the problem of all trees in pots. You can see that I will make it a little bit more clean. No. You can see this is the they call this the primary root. And so can I have the just to show it better.
Like, has to go down
This root
instead of out.
can break a rock. The problem is that we cannot break plastic. So what happens while growing in the pot, it has gone to the bottom and then it goes horizontal. Now when you plant this tree, this root will stay superficial. When you have a hot period, there's no humidity in the top, so it will just die. Although this is it seems like a beautiful root system, but it is not, because everything grows to the side. And then there's another thing. If you have a big storm, when the anchor root has not gone deep, they will just blow, you know, like nothing, because they have no anchor. So what we found is that we cut that horizontal part, like here, where it goes horizontal. It's quite hard. And that will cause resprouting. And the interesting thing is that as soon as you prune them, the resprout will grow horizontal. So it's a luck that the resprout doesn't have the memory of continuing to grow horizontally. And then, you know, we actually don't want leaves, because leaves give evaporation, and you can imagine if you have a hot period, no root system, and a lot of leaves, this tree will die almost instantly, because he loses more leaves than that he gets in water. So we cut all the sides. And we only leave the apical bud. So now we have reduced the evaporation to only 3 leaves. And probably they will burn down. But this apical bud will not die. So probably within 2-3 weeks you have re-sprouting of the leaves, but then it's in balance with the new root system. So he will bring a quantity of water, and he will develop a quantity of leaves that is in balance with the water that he finds. So this is an excellent tree to plant now. I'm going to use a little bit of this soil, because the soil is very good. Then we need a second tree. grow lower. Looks like they were replanted in the pot, I don't know. Yeah. So we plant the other one here. I try to keep the roots vertical. Now people tend to push the roots with their feet, but it's actually very, very bad. Because a root is like us. If you put in this weather a plastic bag over your face, you're dead in 3 minutes. And a tree is like us. It's a life system, only the form that it demonstrates is different. So when you take the oxygen away from the roots, it will also die instantly. So we just leave the soil like that. Put this cover. I put some sand on it to close it well. It's actually an excellent soil because there's a lot of oxygen in this soil. It's really a good soil, except for the heavy metals that here and there are fallen down.
We don't like heavy metal.
But the quality is really good. So now we bring the tree through it, slowly but carefully. And we push it like that. Add the soil around the bottom.